Starter Pokemon. I don't know why Pikachu's in this picture, but everybody loves the starter Pokemons because most of the time people's favorite Pokemon are starters. So why not do a ranking list? Disclaimer: this is all my opinion. So basically, I know pretty much 100% you're going to disagree with me on some part. Also, if your favorite starter Pokemon has to be at the bottom, that's probably because it's my opinion, but I will explain why every Pokemon is where they are. And if you have a problem with that, well, you can list your starters Pokemon, but don't act like that your opinion is the true facts, because no one, truth be honest, this is just an opinionated list. This isn't stat-wise, because if it were, we'd have all the Pokemon that have Megas at the top. This basically... So, yeah, you're going to have a problem in this video, so... Because I have experience with the star Pokemon, and they usually, if you do a video on them, some people get mad that they put their favorite Pokemon star at the bottom. So, I guarantee that I will get a bunch of comments on this video because I will have put a Pokemon near the bottom. But, as Tommy Wiseau would say, that's life. I don't really care, I'm just letting you know. I'm saying this so if you do say anything in the comments that you kind of... I don't really have to say anything to respond to you guys. Alright. So there's about 21 starters Pokemon. That's kind of a lot. With 7 generations. Yeah. So, what's the bottom of the list? Well, I know it's going to give me a lot of comments. Here it is. I think the worst starter of them all is... It's Snivy. Yeah, the little kids, I know you're grabbing your Pictrix right now because I've had experience with this Pokemon, and this is apparently the kid favorite. All the kids love this one. It's really confusing, honestly. This is actually one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time because reason it gets worse and worse because its fans are kind of very juvenile and they don't seem to have any reasons. So. Why this Pokemon is bad? Well, I'll explain why it's good, because I've seen a lot of comments, but these are why this Pokemon is good. It's super speedy, cool design, it can be a Tropius. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it has speed, but that's it, and compared to other Grass Star, which we'll get to later, Sceptile to be exact, it can't be a Sceptile, and Sceptile is like basically a Snivy if it was actually full made. It was actually as good as everyone says it is, which it isn't. Or the kids say, because no one really says it's Pokemon's good. It's kind of forgettable, honestly. Design, I guess you can like the first base form Snivy. It looks very generic. I don't really like the cocky look this Pokemon have, and I really don't like its quote-unquote sly look. But it's like, it could have a cool evolution, but it didn't. It has really shitty evolution designs, are probably the worst. Its Servine barely changes at all, it just grows a little taller and has more leaves. Okay, whatever. Serperior loses its limbs. How's that a cool design? And I say this one's really funny. It could be a Tropius. Okay. A Tropius is not a really... okay, Tropius is not like a big, deadly Pokemon. Yeah, so why I don't like Snivy? I'm not a big fan of its base design in general. Its evolution designs I think are weak. Stat-wise, it's very lacking. Gen 5 is all the stars just have a low base stat, so that's not helping at all. Has a not very interesting move pool. There's another star that basically does everything better. It's like a diet version of Sceptile, a very diet version of Sceptile. It's incredibly overrated. There's no overrated. I hate the cocky Pokemon. What else? It kind of sucks, especially Grass needs like something that can help it out because it has so many weaknesses, and this Grass Snake can't do jack shit. So that's why Snivy at the bottom. But I don't know why I'm explaining myself because you're already pissed off already. You're not gonna listen to what I said there. So for we go to the bottom, I'm gonna piss people off the bottom list. So I gotta get for every Pokemon. Let's get through with them, right? Piplup. This is a Pokemon I don't like to bait mostly based on the design. I'm not a penguin guy. I think they're kind of overrated. And Piplup's one that was like, I don't like Piplup or Piplup. Empoleon's okay. Overall, Piplup family is very average, but it's like, I just never liked this Pokemon, and that's why it's the bottom. It's not stat-wise or anything. It's very okay, what I've heard. Compared to I think the R stars are better than Sinnoh, but I just didn't. Piplup was kind of annoying in the anime, which I don't really watch, but as a kid I did. And this, I'd seen this Pokemon, and I just didn't like it, and I just don't like penguins. Yeah, whatever. We got Fennekin. Fennekin is, I guess, actually good competitive-wise, at least Delphox is. However, I don't really like its design. Fennekin's kind of... I'm not fox. I don't like foxes. They always remind me of furries. And that's kind of weird. I also think Delphox is really weak design, based on what it could have been. This is the first generation where I didn't choose a fire type off the bat, which I'm glad I don't, because I'm really not a big fan of the fire stars in general, honestly. It's very... the first base design I just didn't really care for. It's very okay, and Braixen, like, whatever. I'm not a fan of it either, but at least it adds something. Delphox, like, maybe it could be a cool, like, witch-wizard design. No, just a giant robe with patches on it. Pretty lame. Whatever, it's good. Fire Psychic is a good type, but I'm not a fan of it. Chikorita, to be able to defend this Pokemon, I don't know why. When you choose this Pokemon, you're choosing hard mode, and not because it's a grass Pokemon, because they don't give it anything to defend itself against in Johto. I don't like the design. It's very kind of lazy, bland. I like Bayleef's okay looking, but James, it's pure grass type, not very good. Pure type to be kind of It's not good in this generation. It gets outclassed by the other 2 stars, which are very okay. The neutral stars aren't very good, but Chikorita is just one of those. If you choose this Pokemon is considered the hard mode, then there's probably something wrong with the Pokemon itself. Now Lyn, I know some people get pissed off at this because this is a popular Pokemon. Why is Lyn this low? Wave speed only based on its third evolution, which everyone seems to forget because it's not fire fighting. It's basically the same fucking design we get over and over again with these fire types. Except for Delphox, actually changed it up a little bit, but still it's on 2 feet. Incineroar looks exactly like every other firefighting type, even worse than Emboar in my opinion, design-wise. I hate how it looks. It's just because it's not. It looks like it wants to be a fighting type. It's dark type, so everyone gets a pass. This is what happened was funny. After Lyn's mid evolution, I forget. I think Torracat actually looked really good, and the other ones didn't look. The other mid evolutions didn't look that good. It's like, okay, it looks like Lyn's could get the good at fire evolution line, but nope, it turned out the opposite in my opinion. Also, I'm not a big fan of cats in general, and this Pokemon I felt like because of how much hype it got over, I just didn't maybe care less and less for it. But I do like the black and red pattern going on for it. Just once again, it's mostly the fans in general that get turn me off of Pokemon. Tepig. Yeah, Gen 5. My least favorite generation. So, yeah, Tepig is one of those Pokemon that I used. It looked cute. I liked the design. Then it evolved, and we got Pignite. Firefighting. It looked stupid. Emboar looked but still. Why is it a fighting pig? Don't know. Could have been a cool looking, like Ganon, Boar, Fire Pig. No, it had to be a fighting type. I guess shiny Emboar looks cool, but he's a slow firefighting type. It's not very appealing at all. Especially since the other 2 firefighting types, the starters at least outshine it by a lot. So it's like, no, at this point, everyone's got burned out pun in general. But Tepig itself, I really like his design. But I just don't want a slow firefighting type. It's not really that slow, but like compared to the other ones, it's not very good. Also, the low base stat of the Gen 5 stars. Also, why is this this is the one Gen 5 star that I don't think should have got a second type, and it did, and the others don't. That pissed me off. So, there you go. Torchic. Now, this is one, like, I actually feel like in my personal opinion, it probably would have been, I would rate higher if I didn't have bad memories with it. I could never get into the 3rd generation until, a lot later, because I always used this Pokemon in Gen 3, and I could never, like, do anything. I could not even beat the first gym leader. It took me forever to do that, because Buskin, I couldn't do anything with. Torchic, I did not like it. I just had bad experiences with it. I didn't have problems. I finally be able to beat the game when I had to choose a different was able to choose a different starter, and I just thought Blaziken also in 3rd generation. It's also not that good because the mechanics in that game don't work well in its favor. As Firefight, all I thought was so cool. It's okay design. Torchic, I guess, kind of cute. I don't like Buskin, but I just had this difficulties with it. Gen 3, it's actually not that good because of the type, because of the mechanics. However, in Gen 6, when it got a Mega Blaziken, is when it became actually really good. But normal one, I think, was most overrated of the Gen 3. But other than that, Gen 3 is actually pretty solid starter-wise now, at least in Omega Ruby. But yeah, when I was playing the first time, I could not get into the game because of this Pokemon. And I know this is a bias one. This is the only one I can actually see being it makes sense for someone else to place it differently, unbiasedly. But there you go. Cyndaquil. This one gets a lot of love too. Well, this is one I don't get, because who used this Pokemon and beat the game with? Me. I used to use this Pokemon early on too, the rest of everyone else. But I just know why it's overrated. Its design, yeah, it's cute. That's Cyndaquil. Colova's okay. Typhlosion's okay. They're very generic. They don't really add it much other than the fire on the back. Cyndaquil's the one that uses it the best, at least. Typhlosion's a little bit cool, but the only problem with him, he's a Diet Charizard and not very good at it. It's just a very generic fire type. Like Arcanine, pretty sure I can outclass it. It can learn like some rock and ground moves. Other than that, it's a very generic fire type without any dual typing. It also has a lower base stat, so basically just a not as good version of Charizard. You'll get it for the game pretty okay with this Pokemon, but you won't outclass anything. Other than Silcoat have a cute design, I think this one's overrated because it's not very good. It's okay, not great like some people will tell you. It can learn Thunder Punch, so it can kill Charizard. Okay, that's what someone in the comment said. Okay, whatever. Cyndaquil is very okay. A very okay Pokemon. So, that's why he's here. Oshawott is, I learned to like more and more because he's the best of the Gen 5 ones. However, his evolutions, like the other ones, bring him down. Oshawott is probably the best design of all 5 of them. He has his cute otter with a shell, and then he also has this unique shell move. Dewatt's also pretty cool. Basically, actually has a good evolution. Then we got Samurai, this weird giant thing that looks nothing like the other two, and has no dual typing, despite looking like it actually has one. How's that thing pure water? I don't know. Anyway, it is the best star to go with in the game, since it works the best. Pure waters work better than pure grass, and slow firefighting is not very good. But yeah, Samurai's one of my I don't like, but Oshawott and Dewatt I do like. And the shell move they have, Shell Blade, is actually pretty good. I mean, having the move like that early on is good. Of course, you're not going to use it later. But yeah, it was good. It's good. I just want to put one in which could slightly change, and then it'll be I feel like it'd be a lot better. Whatever. This is Froakie. Now, this is a Pokemon that's low because I haven't used it yet. This is basically based on what I've seen of it. So yeah. It looks better than some of the other Pokemon here, even though I haven't used it. Froakie's an okay design, but I like Frogadier and Greninja design, and they look really good. I'm just going based off of those. They look good. Froakie is a very okay design, but its evolutions are really cool looking. So that's really all I gotta say about him. Since I haven't used him yet, don't have much to say. Totodile! Totodile's I think the best of the Gen 2 because it has a really unique, cool design and for all its evolutions. However, it's a pure water type with a bit above average base stat. It's kind of tankish. However, like I said, it's kind of like Typhlosion, and Blastoise is better basically. But I do like Alligator's design, and Totodile and Crocodiles have really cool, cute designs. Not Totodile's cute, but Crocodile and Alligator are cool. I like them. They're pretty a bit tanky water types, but I do like that. Yeah, we got that Totodile. You know what to say? This is the best Gen 2 starter. Yeah. Then we got Mudkip. Mudkip, I think, it's pretty cute, of course. It's water ground. The only problem with Mudkip is basically its generation has way too many water Pokemon, so choosing this starter is it's kind of like whatever. It's water ground, but you're missing out. But it's not really hard to find a water type in that generation. However, it's a tanky that can get things done. It's not. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, but it did its job. It worked. It works. I don't really got much to say on actually with this third gen star, but it's once again it's a pretty solid star range of the good ones right now. In case you couldn't tell. Next is Rowlet. This is a Pokemon I haven't used yet, but I'm going to pretty soon. This Pokemon looks pretty cute, and its evolutions look pretty cool. Grass Ghost is pretty interesting, so yeah, I can't wait to use this Pokemon. Then we got Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the one that no one chooses, but however, it is a pretty good Pokemon. Grass Poison, I know a lot of Pokemon were Grass Poison at the time, but he was the best at it. Or, like I say, or like its evolution family design. Also, Mega Venusaur is one of the top, is a top tier starter Pokemon, top tier Pokemon in general. It's also one of the best, making, so if I was doing tier list, be like number 3, Bulbasaur would be. Bulbasaur's pretty good. It's good at It's really good at setting things up, and talking about competitive wise. It's good in the game because it's good against the first 2 gyms actually. So if you basically didn't use Bulbasaur, if you use Bulbasaur, you actually would you'd be for the game a bit faster than the other 2, at least. Bulbasaur actually works well in the game, unlike unlike the Chikorita, who doesn't. I don't really know much to say about Bulbasaur. Also, I like Bulbasaur quite a bit. Gen 1 is actually my favorite set of starters, just to let you know. Then we got Turtwig. I really like Turtwig. He's kind of like he's sort of like Bulbasaur. I guess he's kind of tanky, but I like him a bit more. I think Turtwig has a bit more cute. I think he's cuter, and also like his evolution's a bit more. I do like Torterra's like tree, and it's as a good tank grass. It's not, however, his slowness is really kind of is probably one of his weaker points about him, but I like the design, and grass ground is pretty cool to have around. I like Turtwig's cute, turtle grass Pokemon. What can go wrong with that? And then we got Chimchar's, my favorite of the Gen 4. I'm not a big fan of Chimchar's design, however, his evolution designs are really cool, and he's the best firefighting type, minus Mega Blaziken, just Mega Blaziken. He's a sweeper, even though he's he's a good sweeper, but with not very good defensives. But if you know how to use him, you can just sweep for the whole entire team, which doesn't make, but because he has like not good defenses, he's not that good competitive. But in main game, he's really good. The best, I think, the best of the Gen 4 stars. Hipplo's average, Turtwig's good, but it's slow, and Chimchar has all the speed. So they have all their advantages and disadvantages. The only problem I have of it, I'm a big fan of Chimchar's design. It's not really cute. It's kind of but Monferno and Infernape make up for it. They are really cool looking. So yeah. And then we got Squirtle Squirt. I believe we're on number 4, or 5. I haven't kept count. Squirtle is, yeah. This is the start I would have chose if my favorite wasn't there. Squirtle is a really good Pokemon. It has a cute design. Evolutions are cool. I mean, what's cooler than cannons on your back? A really solid water type. I wish the only problem it has is that Mega Blastoise is very I feel like it should have added like a steel type to him. That would add like a bit more to him, Squirtle. But I don't know why they didn't give him that much, especially compared to these other Mega starters that had like more shit to them. But Squirtle is really good. He's in the game. He'll get you for the game. He won't actually have any trouble with Misty, surprisingly. He will wreck Brock, and he's really cute. He's probably one of my favorite water Pokemon for good reason. He's also my brother's favorite star Pokemon. So there you go. Okay, I have number 3. This is my third favorite. Not actually 4th. We're on 4th. It's Chespin. I like Chespin. I like his design. He's like a hedgehog looking thing, or chickmunk, whatever. I can't really tell. It's a combination of a bunch of Pokemon animals. I really like the design. I'm not a big fan of Cooldan, but I really like Chestnut. Grass fighting is pretty cool. I wish he had more green on him, but other than that, I liked him. He was fun to use. Had some interesting move pulls. Of course, fighting grass. I haven't really seen that before. Of course, flying could destroy it, but yeah, if you know what you're doing, you could work well. He worked. He can get like he had pretty good defense, so he wasn't. So even if you like had Pokemon good against him, he was able to stand on his own for a bit. I really liked him. I really liked design mostly. He was a blast to use. So this is number 3 is Popplio from Sun and Moon, or Gen 7. This is the underrated one of the starters, but I was like, yeah, I really like this Pokemon. He looks really cute, and then it's like his little ears and hands. And when I used him, I was surprised at how good this Pokemon is. It's the best water Pokemon, by my best water starter. It has a great move pool. Water Fairy actually works really well for it. It can basically wreck a lot of shit. I didn't have any problems training it. It has worked really well on the team. I was using it because it most of the time it really did rack through everything. This is one that my top three basically the reason they were there because they basically racked through everything they went against. It was great. Papillon is definitely it's one of the best waters. It's my best water star I use. I was glad I chose the one that was underrated because actually why I chose it because I'm not big when it comes to stars. The more hype they get, the less I want to use it. That's before the game comes out, of course. When they get one gets more hype than the others, like, I want the one that goes underrated. That's what I've been doing for a while. And when it like happened in Chessman, it's like, oh, this is really good Pokemon because that was kind of underrated. Then just Popular, like this is actually really good Pokemon. Well, of course, Decidueye looks pretty good, but yeah, so far Popular is my third favorite. Number 2 is Treecko. Oh my god, like I said, I had problems playing Gen 3 because of Torchic. So, I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to use Treecko because he looks pretty cool. I used him, and he is easily the best grass starter I've ever used. He swept through fucking everything. Leaf Blade was awesome. He didn't have a problem with anything. Gen 3, he worked really well because all the water Pokemon all around him. I mean, I never seen him against fire Pokemon, or flying Pokemon like that, but, like, everything, all his match, he just swept through everything. Like, literally sliced him in half with Leaf Blade. He sliced and diced, and also, that was Treecko's design it was a big fan of, but it definitely grew on me like a lot. And then we got its evolutions, Grovyle and Sceptile, who look really cool, and Mega Sceptiles are a really awesome looking Pokemon. Dragon type, yeah, that's great. It's fantastic, and it's part of one of the best teams ever used. Number 1, if you know me, is Sinister Shock. And I know this Pokemon, I know I said I'd go for the underrated Pokemon, but as a kid, I'll explain why I chose this Pokemon's number 1, and why it's my favorite Pokemon. And it is kind of overrated, but at the same time, it's not. It's Charmander. As a kid, I played Pokemon Fire Red, and I guess my brother used to Leaf Green. Me and my 3 brothers, we played Pokemon. All started together. And basically, we had our own favorite different colors. So mine was red, the one of them was blue, one of them was green. So we chose a star that represented the color. So my one brother used Squirtle, my other brother used Bulbasaur, and I chose Charmander because of the fire. So that's why I chose Charmander. Plus, he looked cool and cute at the same time. By the way, the fact that we all chose those stars based on the color, and they're still our favorite starters. And even the one that doesn't even play Pokemon still has a fucking Bulbasaur plush in his room. Yeah. But Charmander, I would say it's other reasons, but every time I use it, it basically is one of the best members on my team every time I use it. I really like Charizard. It's one of my favorite designs, of course, because it is my favorite Pokemon. It's like this Pokemon. People say it's overrated. Like I feel like they should use the other Kata starters too, but there's a reason. It's cool. Fire Tail. Even though it can beat, I was able to get through Brock with it. I mean, it's a bit of a challenge, but when you get past that, you can basically take on the whole game. Unlike Chikorita, who has trouble with every gym, Charmander doesn't have that big trouble that much. And since he can go through like the forest and wreck all those bug Pokemon and shit like that, Charmander was great. And also, Charizard I feel like was pretty good. I don't see why I need to be Dragon type. I didn't get that. I always thought Fire Flying made it work for him. You know what Pokemon that should have been Fire Dragon type was Gyarados, but they gave him Dark type. What the fuck? That's a rant for another day. I was like Charizard. Mega Charizard Y is my go-to. I don't like X. I think it's a really lazy design. Just make it black, and that's pretty much all they did. Add fire in his mouth. It's Dragon type. Whoop-de-doo. Y is better in my opinion. Drought, Solar Beam. There's like no other star Pokemon that I think can like really do something like that. Yeah, like a fire Pokemon using a grass move. One of the best grass moves without having to charge it up. That's fantastic. Yeah, Charizard was always a great Pokemon, and that's why. Because even if I say, you see how people can say it's overrated, but then you use it again, like this thing is fucking fantastic. I love it. Yeah. However, I would say give the other Charizard Pokemon a chance, though. Don't just use Charmander. Because they are good. So that's my list. Yeah, I'd recommend leaving a comment your ranking. And so, most of you haven't gotten this far, I can tell, because you stopped at Snivy. Oh my god. I bet I sound like a dick in this video, but, oh god, I went on for so long. Leave a comment. I would subscribe if you want, and don't say unsubscribe if you didn't like my opinion, because I know you weren't subscribed to me if you say that. Um, yeah, that's it. I actually got a Charmander eraser right here. It looks exactly like the artwork here. It's pretty surreal. Ah, God. Play more Pokemon. Bye.